you're about to listen to our program Eng. We don't know why, however we are grateful you chose to. We do wish to inform you that the views, opinions and overall morality do not necessarily reflect those of the station, interview guests, sponsors or musical entities. If you should choose to continue, and we sincerely hope that you do, just know, we tried to advise you against these actions and we are not responsible for any damage done to your sanity, morals or ideals. Thank you. Here comes the terrible siren.
I am a humble man.
That you feel you don't belong.
I won't say you should follow me.
You are welcome. You are loved. Join us, and we shall reach the promised plains.
I'm not boastful, and my chorus is more soulful.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of us. I am aware.
Don't say it. I can see
you
it.
Feel you don't belong.
I don't wanna. You don't need it. Once again, we are legion. What I'm meaning. Don't say it. I can see it.
Join us.
I don't wanna. You don't need it. Once again, we are legion.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of Odd.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your friendly neighborhood cult leader, Odd, and welcome to the Cult of Odd. This week, we've got Deacon Ace with us.
I'm back, bitches.
We were talking to Jad the other day, and when Jad and Ollie and I were talking, and somebody referred to Jad, whether it was himself or Ollie did, as a cult follower. And I was quick to correct them and say, no, he is not a cult follower. He'd be a preacher or something. He'd
something else.
Yeah. And she rattled off Deacon. And he was like, is it because I'm black?
Yeah, okay.
No,
it to be.
Yeah, no, predominantly, like, Deacons, it was a joke. Yeah, it was a racial joke, and it was kind of funny that he made it. You know, it was
that a Catholic thing.
Yeah, but co-hosts are deacons. That's what we consider it.
I'm a deacon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I can live with it.
It's either that or an apostle. Would you? You have spread the word of Odd.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, give me a break. I spread peanut butter too, but that doesn't make me a Mr. Peanut fan.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, so we are. Oh man, we've got so much in store for you. The Cult of Odd is giving you a solid 1-2 punch right before the end of the year.
Yeah, we're going to puke on you. Here comes a holiday special.
Don't give me any ideas.
Sorry. Vomiting would bring on ideas. No. I could do that for you anytime.
No, it was the holiday special.
Oh, holiday special.
Don't.
Turkey kebabs.
No, don't put that idea in my head. No, so this week we've got, first off, we took a week off last week, and I took the week off last week because of the 1-2 punch that we're giving you towards the end of this year. First and foremost, you guys remember me talking about the mini documentary I did, My Bigfoot with Ace. Yeah. So we wanted to stay in that vibe, but kind of shift a little bit. I still want to continue doing My Bigfoot. I do. I still want to talk to a bunch of people.
There's a lot of interest in Bigfoot across the board.
Yeah, and I still want to get people's stories. So if you're listening to this and you have a story about Bigfoot, feel free.
Send us your foot stories.
Yes.
You can got some cute foot pictures. You can send those too.
No. We do not need toes in the Cult of Odd inbox. No. Do not send feet pics. No. Don't listen to him. He may be a deacon.
I'm a yeah, I was going to say, I was getting ready to pull some rank. I'm a deacon or something.
He may be a deacon, but I am the cult leader.
Yeah, I don't care.
But no, seriously, if you have a Bigfoot story and you want to talk to us or tell us about it, you are free to email us at cultofod@gmail.com.
Or if you just got big feet.
I will figure out what his email address is and send it to you.
Nothing. No.
If you want feet pics,
I don't want that kind of feet.
Well, I mean,
it's your show. I want to ruin your shit.
Oh, I
shit.
see how it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want that.
You're not going to ruin my show with your shit. I'm going to send your shit to you.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah. It's all about delegating responsibilities.
Delegate emails.
So anyways, in the vein of my Bigfoot, I wanted to do something a little different but similar. So tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, over on YouTube, the follow-up mini doc, I guess. I don't know what to call them yet. So just
looking into legends.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't come up with a snappy name for him yet.
Looking into legends. Now we do.
But tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, over on our YouTube channel, you will see the Legend of the Dog.
Black dog.
Nope.
Just the dog.
Just the dog. Legend of the Dog. And it is something that I kind of put my heart and soul into. My Bigfoot was such a weird experience because I say this. We went up there to go Bigfoot hunting just as supplemental stuff for the show. You know, technically, I guess it is still, but
we did it more because we've talked about it for so long, and we finally got an opportunity, and we just did it.
Right, and I figured it would just be us goofing off in the woods and stuff like that. But
when
I got
content for the show,
when I got up there, and because again, in the My Bigfoot, I say this, I never specifically asked Ace why he believed in Bigfoot. I've always known that he believed in Bigfoot, and he's always known that I've been a skeptical believer in Bigfoot. And we've talked about Bigfoot numerous times, but never once had I ever asked that specific question. And when I asked that question, I was already recording anyways, but the answer that I got back was so genuine and heartfelt, and like there's no way in hell that there's something there. I don't know how to explain it to you. There's humanity there that I don't know how to explain it. I hope it comes across in the video itself, but it flipped my whole idea for what we were doing up there. And I wanted to get the stories that I could get, and that was Ace and his brother Ron. Both of them have had unexplained experiences out in the woods, and I wanted you to hear it from their perspective, because I feel with Bigfoot stuff, and you've seen a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. Experienced a lot of it.
It's always someone out in the woods. When you see it on TV or on YouTube and stuff like that, it's always someone out in the woods banging against trees and whatnot, and they might get an answer back, but most of the time it's just a lot of hooting and hollering for nothing.
Exactly. In my opinion, I think they're wasting their time.
I don't too.
Know. I'm not no expert.
It's not my place to tell them they can or can't do it. But there's an aspect to the Bigfoot hunting and the story of Bigfoot that I didn't feel was represented well enough. And that's the stories from the believers, from those that have had experiences, from those that feel that Bigfoot is a genuine being that wanders our wilderness,
that has seen enough in the woods that they can't explain it but haven't never seen it.
Yeah.
They know it's there but can't prove it.
You know,
don't want to prove it.
Ace grew up in the woods, right? You know, you grew up hunting, fishing, camping, everything. And Ron is your brother, Captain Ron. Up there. Yeah. He lives up there. He's worked up there. He worked for the Forestry Service. He's been in those woods a hell of a lot more than anybody else.
Oh, yeah.
And getting their stories felt important. And then once I had them, presenting them in a fashion that wasn't making light of or trying to mock or anything like that became tantamount. And I figured, for the most part, just let it speak for itself. There were a couple of injections that I did, like showing the Patterson Gimlin footage and whatnot. But for the most part, it was, their story, their genuine, experiences and encounters.
Basically, that whole thing just came off of me and you going up north for a weekend and hanging out and going out and seeing the woods at night for ourselves, for you could experience what I was talking about, and then hanging out at my brother's and watching the stars at night.
Yep.
And it just happened that it all got recorded.
Yeah. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, Bigfoot hunting is code for going up into the woods and getting stoned and wandering around.
That's the fun part.
Yeah. And where Captain Ron lives, the sky is beautiful at night, and it only made sense because I was able to capture his story and see, that's why there's a lot of star footage while Ron's talking, is because that's what we were sitting under, essentially.
Darkness.
Darkness and night sky and whatnot. We were watching Elon Musk's satellites fly by.
Yeah, sure was. We was, too. People chuckle at that, but yeah, you can see them.
Yep. A string of them, like 7 of them went across. Mm-hmm. But this time, there's a legend that truckers talk about.
This legend's been around a long time.
Yes. I would not say longer than Bigfoot, because Bigfoot stretches back to but in the public purview, this goes back pretty far. There's a legend with truckers. There's a legend of the dog. And I've mentioned before, I even mentioned while we were up there when we started, Bigfoot hunting, is growing up, I was interested in the unexplained, paranormal, stuff like that. I read a lot of pulp books that was bunch of people's supposed accounts. And so I've always kind of been into the weird stuff, and I've heard this story before. Anyone that knows a trucker that's been on the road for a long time probably has heard
these stories.
Yeah.
Yep. I worked at a truck stop for a couple of years. I've heard this story a lot.
Yeah. And I thought it was an interesting one. Especially too, like, you can track it back and like there are tons of cultures that have a black dog that signify problems, bad omens. Yeah. So anyways, I have several trucker friends, but 2 of them were willing to come in and sit down. If you listen to the show, you'll recognize voices. That's all I'm going to say. Is we did certain stuff for effect and whatnot, but if you know who you know, then you know who you know.
I know.
Yeah. See? But anyways, I had 2 truckers come in and they told me their variations that they had heard of the legend and their experiences with it. And I put it together in kind of a creepy, spooky fashion for, like I if you follow my stuff, you've seen the teaser that I put out, which was partially...
Now, see, I can't wait to listen to it because I haven't heard it yet, as you know. And I've heard the story, like I said, for a long time. I got truck drivers in my family. I worked at the truck stop. I've heard this story a bunch of different ways. So I'm curious to see what version you're going to put out.
Yeah, well, there's we acknowledge that fact.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But so that drops tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I am super excited for it. It's been so hard sitting on it and not like just, you know what, fuck it, now.
Yeah, he won't even let me listen to it. I'm usually the first one to listen to everything.
Yeah. Well, you got to see the teaser. And
first.
And I showed you the teaser because you actually contributed part of the idea there, which thank you, because
no problem.
It was beautiful.
I'm here to do what I can.
Wonderful suggestion. And so I'm really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too. I think it's 30-some minutes. It's not quite as long, but I'm really proud of the job that I did there.
I can't wait to hear it. It drops tomorrow, right?
Yep. 6 p.m. Eastern,
6
YouTube.
p.m.
Premieres. For those of you that are interested, I will be in the chat when it premieres too. So if you watch it on YouTube, you can chat with me if you so choose.
YouTube chat or Tap Detroit chat?
YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I'll be strictly on YouTube tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern for probably 45 minutes to an hour. So there's some of our cool stuff. There's the one punch.
A little bit of it.
Yeah. I want to say congratulations to Tretura, the Chinchillionaires and Heathensun. They won the 2-week poll this time.
Golf clap.
So you're going to hear their songs tonight. You're going to hear Ready to Rock from Tretura. You're going to hear Electro Mall Cops from the Chinchillionaires. And you're going to hear Swim from Heathensun. But also in tonight's playlist, you're going to get music from Scott and Sabrina, Malcolm Brickhouse, Nebulous, Blake Natural, Anarchy, and Residual Self. They are also some of our new bands. I was a bad radio show host, and I did not make the new chart yet. So voting will start tomorrow morning once I get up and put the chart together.
Bad host.
Yeah, well, shit happens. Shit happens. I am sorry. But
You're not sorry.
Yeah, there will be a brand new top 10 list tomorrow morning. I would check it around noon if I were you, though. It'll be there tomorrow morning, but if you want to make sure you hit it for sure, check around noon.
Noon. I thought it was 6.
Noon. What?
It premieres?
No, that's the Legend of the Dog over on YouTube.
Oh. I'm getting confused.
Yeah. The top 10 charts will go up to...
jumped.
Yeah.
I knew that.
thecultofodd.com.
Something about smoking dope and short-term memory loss.
The top 10 charts will go up to thecultofodd.com. You can check it at noon. Noon and 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow are important for different reasons.
Ah, see, that's where you threw me.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. You'll be all right. Also, we have a thing.
Not a thing.
Yeah.
A thing? Big thing? Little thing?
It's kind of a big thing.
Ooh, I'm scared of big things.
You shouldn't be.
I won't be.
It's a thingy thing.
A thingy thing? A hairy thingy thing, or just a regular thingy thing?
Just a
smooth thingy thing?
Smooth thingy
Lumpy
thing.
thingy thing.
No, smooth thingy thing.
And smooth and not hairy.
Mm-hmm.
Slick and smooth.
Yeah. This is slick and smooth. Yep. There we go.
Oh, that narrows it down.
We got a thingy thing that's slick and smooth, and it's kind of a big thing. And I'm actually going to hand you the thing.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
I saw that thing. This is a nice thing.
He's got my
I got
thing.
The thing. Yeah,
the thingy
this is
thing.
A big thing.
This is a thing
cool thing.
This is a thing that you'll be seeing in about 2 weeks. But I want you to know that a lot of time, effort, and love went into this thing. And I love that you told me is like, the thing looks like a friggin' 80s album cover.
Yeah.
But it is a thingy thing, and you will all see this thing very soon, probably about 2 weeks. If I'm being honest, it might happen sooner than that. But
it's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah. I
think it's a cool thing.
It's so weird because like everybody that does know, like the inner circle that knows, is like that's the coolest thing ever.
You know, playing this game with me on air is just going to end up giving it away, right?
No, because all I'm going to say anymore on it is everybody really likes the thingy thing that's smooth and slick.
Smooth and slick thingy thing.
Yep, that is quite big. And you will be able to enjoy my kind of big, slick thingy thing very soon.
No, I don't want it. Did you put it that way? Never mind.
All right. We got about 10 minutes before we go into the break. And there was one thing that I found out this last week that blew my mind.
What was that?
Did you know Pornhub has games?
Games? No.
Yes.
Well, like asteroids, space invaders?
So,
what are we talking here?
All right, I'm using the term games very loosely.
Uh-oh.
So Pornhub has a games section, and they're all click-through stories.
Okay.
So, like, you sit there and click your mouse and talk.
And are they talking about porn and sex?
No,
and stuff?
not
It's
really.
just
No.
random.
Yeah, and then the scene slowly moves into the actual sex, and it's still just click, 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 click,
Why?
click, click. I don't know. And every game, loosely again, I say, on there is like this. Now, I'm not one to yuck someone else's yum. If that's doing it for you and whatnot, cool. My big complaint is that they're calling it a game. There's no game. No, not game.
Is there a trigger? Can you shoot things?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, well then it's not a game.
No. You literally are just single clicking the screen.
Just reading. You're reading a book. Well, that's pointless.
But again, if it's doing it for you, whatever. Yeah. I personally think it's stupid. Don't call it a game.
I always thought it was stupid that they had 8-hour porns. You only need about 15 minutes of that porn.
Yeah, but you got to understand.
7 hours and 45 minutes wasted.
You got to understand. Everybody uses about 15 minutes of the porn. It's just where in that 15 minutes they fall.
You got to have 8 hours to find your 10 minutes. You can get away.
You never know. See, there could be a lovely shot of still life, a bowl of fruit, and that could be what does it for somebody.
Go down to the fruit market.
It's not the same. You don't get the voyeuristic feel.
Look through it through the fence.
You get arrested for that.
I was peeking at the fruit.
You get arrested for that. That's the problem
I
there.
see your peaches. Show me your peaches. I'll take a plum too.
Oh man. We are going to hell in a handbasket fast. We got a bunch of stuff to talk about though tonight, and we are heading into our music break. Again, you're going to get songs tonight from Tretura, the Chinchillionaires and Heathensun. They were our top 3 voted bands for this week, and tomorrow there will be a whole new list up. But tomorrow, the most important thing that you have to remember is at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube.
Go listen.
Go listen, go watch. I'll be in the chat room on YouTube.
And at noon, go vote.
Yes.
Got it right now.
Yeah. See?
I'm on it.
I played a dangerous game
I
with
don't know
you.
what we're voting for, but, you know.
It's fine. At noon, you can go vote. 6. Neither do most Americans.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just be honest. 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be over on YouTube chatting with whoever shows up for the premiere of the newest video, Legend of the Dog, and you'll have to tell me what you think. If you're there, come hang out. I do want to mention too, before we go into break, there is a big announcement from Motor City Candleworks. And they are doing soaps now, and they are now doing a bunch of their scents in soaps. Each bar of soap will be $5. You can go to MotorCityCandleworks.com for more information, or you can find them on Facebook. But the scents that are available are the lemon verbena, which is my favorite scent. Right. There's lavender soap, Egyptian musk, strong coffee, Dead Sea scrub, dragon's blood.
Coffee soap?
Strong coffee, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to get me one of them.
Dragon's blood, apple cantaloupe, mango delight, cucumber melon, and lilac.
I would suspect that coffee soap smells like me anyway.
You just smell like you've been through the pour. Yeah. You can smell how you feel.
I feel like I've been through the grinder and smell like it too.
But yeah, so Motor City Candleworks has soaps. Catch us on YouTube.
The good stinky stuff.
When we come back tonight, we are going to be talking about She-Hulk. She-Hulk is what we're talking about when we come back from break. But we've got a whole bunch of stuff for you tonight. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us, whether you're listening live, whether you're catching the replay. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of whatever the hell
this is. Whatever this is. Thanks for helping out.
It's funny because, like, Jad would always say, and a lot of other people have too. It's the nicest cult I've ever joined.
Yeah, I'm not much into joining cults, but here we are.
Yeah, there's no weird rules, or I'm not expecting you to give me money. Well,
you get something in return.
Yeah, I'm not taking it and not giving in return.
You give some money, you get a shirt, you get a poster. You
you get a thingy thing that's kind of big and slick and smooth.
Slipping it off.
But no, I want to thank you for being a part of this weird journey with us, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to come, and I don't know what else to say right now. It's so weird. Like, I'm at the tail end of this project, and like I'm gung ho moving forward. There's the other thing. Oh, there's the thingy thing that we were talking about. That may or may not be in the works.
That thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think you remember me telling you.
I'm sure I do.
Yeah.
I just don't know which thing it is.
Anyways, I've been super productive.
You're confused. I'm just as confused as you.
I've been super productive, and there are projects aplenty in the work.
Plenty of things.
Yeah. I keep getting ideas and making more work for myself. It's what I'm good at. I found what I'm good at. Just piling tasks on myself. I do want to say too, before I forget, I've mentioned him a couple of times. Jad is having to step away due to life responsibilities and shit getting in the way. He is not cut out from the show. He's not kicked off the show. He's not left.
Will be back.
Yeah. We have an open door policy with Jad. It's just life happens. Yeah.
Life is what happens while you're making other plans.
Yep. So
until then, you get stuck with me.
Yeah. And every so often, Reap will come in too.
Yeah.
Woo.
He's always fun.
Yeah. But Jad does have to step away, and we are very sad to see him go. Yeah.
He's good at it.
Yeah. Like I said, door's always open. Hopefully,
you can return.
He'll get lucky
once in a while, at least.
Yeah. He has
Take
to.
a day off.
He's one of us.
Uh-oh.
Once
you're in, you can't get out.
Before we go to break, do you remember the thing I showed you last night?
We're going to go back to the thing?
No. This one, the image that I made.
Oh, yeah, that thing. We're going to talk about that thing in private.
I have some issues. Oops. I think it's hilarious. I want you to know that I was sitting here after I got done with everything else for the day, and I don't know what on earth gave me the idea, but I had the idea.
Somebody should have stopped you.
It popped into my head, and I
couldn't get it out. Yeah.
I spent the next 2 hours doing it.
On their belly, you need to put the logo, because that's where the little monitor was.
It is there.
Oh.
I don't know if it's on the one that I sent you, though.
Oh, okay.
That could be the case.
I got an early copy.
Yeah. No, it is there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And I want you to know, I made that. That wasn't like something that I repurposed.
Took some time.
Like I made that. All those lines are mine. I own every single one of those damn lines. That's not true. The faces I purchased.
It's still yours.
Yeah.
I got a receipt.
I own all of them. All right, we're going to go to break again. You're going to get Ready to Rock from Tretura. You're going to get Electro Mall Cops from the Chinchillionaires, and you're going to get Swim from Heathensun. You're listening to the Cultivad, and God only knows why, but we'll be right back. It's your friendly neighborhood cult leader here, and I do have some unfortunate news. A few weeks ago, we did an interview with an independent film director named Renaldo Kell, and unfortunately, due to technical difficulties, that interview will not see the light of day. However, I did feel bad, and so what I've decided to do is package in Renaldo Kell's movie trailer with this episode. His movie is called The Bushknife. It's available on Tubi and YouTube and a couple other streaming platforms, and there'll be all links in the description below. But I just wanted to at least try to help promote Renaldo Kell's film. I do feel bad that technical difficulties I do feel bad that technical difficulties will keep the interview from being able to be seen and heard. So again, I just wanted to try and make it right. So without further ado, here is the trailer for Bushknife from Renaldo Kell. Enjoy.
This man, with all the hate in his bones, retaliated and attacked a club called the Bushknife. They call him the Bushknife.
Now it's time for our Patreon shout-out. Big thanks to C. Weezy, Bryce Rogers, Justin Burnside and Zaldor of Zaldor's World Podcast for becoming a patron. Welcome to our Holy Mother and the throne she sits upon, who have joined the Cult of Odd Plus. We hope you enjoy our long, uncut and girthy episodes until you're fully satisfied and left shaking from laughter. For everyone else, you can join our Patreon too. Just head to patreon.com/cultofodd. Become a patron and reap the benefits today.
Tired of regular bar food and bar atmospheres?
Yes!
Do you long for a place that feels like home, where you're treated as family and not just another customer?
Yes! Yes!
Then Big League Brews is the place for you. Their menu is the most extensive in all of Downriver. They have an excellent breakfast selection, and they're also well known for their burgers and wings. But hey, if you don't want to believe just some guy on the radio, Big League Brews has been voted best sports bar in Metro Detroit by Click on Detroit 6 years in a row.
Wow!
They have the friendliest staff and a wide array of cocktails and beers, 26 of them on draft, with new creations regularly.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
And if you're looking for work, Big League Brews offers the most competitive wages with great medical and dental and vision benefits and plenty of paid time off. So what are you waiting for? Get on over to Big League Brews, located at 20428 Ecorse Road in Taylor, Michigan, or head to bigleaguebrews.com for more info. Big League Brews, go beyond ordinary. Eat and drink extraordinary.
takes your breath and feeds your soul. Cause we're ready to rock you tonight, and we're ready to roll your soul. Alright, get off your ass.
somebody call the cops. Now we're all on the run. They ordered us to hit the ground, staring down our guns. You'll never take us all alive. Better let us go. There was a smile on his face when he said no, no. Pulled the trigger, made the headlines. I heard somebody call the cops. Now we're on the run. They ordered us to hit the ground, staring down their guns. You'll never take us all alive. Better let us go. There was a smile on his face when he said no.
What is the cult of odd? Well, it's a little bit of. And a little. But most importantly, it's about becoming
One of us.
You can join the cult every Friday night from 8 p.m. to 11 Eastern right here on tapdetroit.com or by heading to thecultofodd.com. Let us in. Let us fill you up. Join the cult of odd today.
And let us make you do the one chip challenge. No, actually, we did it so you don't have to. Welcome back. You're listening to the Cult of Odd. I'm your friendly neighborhood cult leader, Odd, and with me is Deacon Ace.
I'm a deacon.
Yeah, we're just going to go with Deacon Ace.
Deacon Ace. Well, that's better than an ace hole.
AC Wacy.
AC Wacy hole.
That's that thing.
I saw the video of Eric eating your blue chip.
No, that was his blue chip. He paid for it. He bought it.
He did that to himself?
Yeah.
Well, that was silly.
We said, I said he likes, he's like,
I know he
something
gets
to prove.
hot wings.
Yeah. But he likes to prove it to himself that he can eat hot shit.
Out of the many people I've seen eat that blue chip on YouTube and stuff, he handled it well.
Yeah. When he texted me, he was like, if I send you money, will you order the chip for me? And I was like, okay.
Sure.
Fine. Had me order it through Amazon. I have Prime, so, shipping was free. Anyways, ordered it for him, and I told him, okay, what are you going to do with this? He was like, well, I wanted to try it. And I was like, okay.
Can I film you?
And I asked, I was like, can I film it? And he was like, well, yeah, I figured it'd be content for the show.
Cool.
And he's like, well, okay. And he was,
get the camera.
I was like, I don't know if I want to do it with you, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to do that to myself. I said, I will do this, though. I will take a corner of it and I will taste it.
Braver than I.
And I was like, but that's it. And he was like, I don't care either way. I'm going to do it. If you want to, fine. And the day came for him to do it. And he came down here. And he was like, all right, you ready? And I'm, shit, let me get my phone.
Always ready.
And like you said, he ate it. He lasted 10 minutes. Actually, a little bit longer than 10 minutes because it took him a minute or two to start the 10-minute timer.
Yeah.
Because he didn't think ahead of time. Apparently, when you get the one chip challenge, there is a time code that comes with it.
Yeah.
And it's
how bad you are.
Yeah, the old test your strength things at the carnival. Yeah, it's essentially this: 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour. Right. He made it to 10 minutes. Actually, he probably would have made it longer, but it's just a matter of when he got thirsty versus he was not running for liquid to cool his mouth.
No, but he was sweating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You guys couldn't really see it when in the video, Ollie points out, you see the veins in his forehead. You can't really see it in the video, but yeah, they were bulging off of his head, and it's...
He definitely changed colors.
Yeah. And then I held up my end of the bargain. I had broken a tiny piece of the corner off, but had all the fucking crystal goo on it. And I took it and I stuck out my tongue and I drug it across my tongue. In a straight line. And there's
still a bad idea.
Yeah. Well, okay. So what you see in the video is a dark blue circle there.
Right.
And I sat there with my mouth closed because I wanted to see what it did.
Burn a hole through your tongue.
Well, because Eric mentions, and he's right, oxygen just kind of stokes that fucking flame. See, spicy isn't a taste. It's a sensation. It's pain receptors. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. And you can go see this video. It's over on the YouTube channel too. So I sat there and I wanted to see how it behaved. And what happened is somebody got a little bit of scrub brush and put it on the tip of my tongue and lit it on fire. And then from that little bitty scrub brush grew a festering, towering inferno
on my tongue.
It spread like a fire, just burning tingle, 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 burning outward. Oh my God. It was bad. I handled it for the most part. I didn't have anything to prove. I was just doing it with him. And I'm so glad I didn't eat the damn thing.
I don't mind spicy and hot, but that's ridiculous.
Thankfully, the amount that I had in my mouth was all absorbed, mostly in my mouth. I had saliva and shit, but it didn't fuck up the system. I didn't put it in there purposefully.
How did he do the next day?
Well, apparently, I believe, if I remember correctly, it hit him later that night into the next day.
I'm sure he did.
And it tore him up, he said.
That's why you eat ice cream. It gives you something to cheer for the next day.
Unless
Come
you're
on, ice cream.
Unless you're lactose intolerant.
Well, then, yeah, he was just adding fuel to the fire.
No, I had thought he had made a huge mistake. Luckily, I was wrong. So a few days prior, he had brought home some alcohol for himself. He and his friends, they'll get together and play online and have a couple of drinks together. Whatever. Cool. Socializing. Good. And we had gotten up and noticed that the fifth of vodka that he had brought home had a quarter of it missing.
Uh-oh.
And my initial thought was, he didn't. And I saw that, and Ollie saw it, and we talked about it a little bit. And then when he woke up, I was like, please tell me you weren't stupid. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, the vodka. You didn't drink last night. He's like, no, I drank the night before. I was like, well, that's still kind of dumb, but, you know, it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Yeah, it tore him the fuck up. If you're thinking about doing the one chip challenge, just don't. Don't do it. It's not pleasant. From my mouth to yours.
It's fun to watch somebody do it.
Sure, yeah.
So much fun to do it.
And I tried to make my video fun because a few little editing things here and there. My reaction to it mostly is because, like, I was editing me and I was like, this is kind of perfect for that. Like, at one point I paused mid-sentence saying it tastes like, trying to figure out what it actually tastes like. It tasted like Blue Fun Dip, but not.
I don't even know what Blue Fun Dip was. I was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. And but I paused and I inputted The Simpsons Ralph saying they taste like burning.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Blue Fun Dip. Like, you know what Fun Dip is. It's the powder that comes in a pouch with the candy dipstick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I do know what those are.
I don't know what you know it by, but it's Fun Dip.
Fun Dip.
Yeah.
That's what I know it by. I just couldn't, yeah.
What, 2 and 2 weren't going together.
Yeah, no. I'm old.
All right, so one of the things I did want to make sure we talked about tonight too, and we'll be talking about the rest of the stuff later.
She-Hulk.
Yeah, She-Hulk. Look, I'm sorry that a bunch of people on the internet hate.
I don't understand why they hate it.
Because
I think it's a good show.
She's a female.
Oh yeah, so what? It would be stupid to have a male in She-Hulk.
Yeah, they're just they're picking on every aspect of it. They're saying it's not like that, it's not this, it's not that. I'm like, but it is everything the fucking comic was.
I love the fourth wall breaks.
Yeah,
I love them.
It's quirky, it's fun, it's sometimes heartfelt. Fucking run with it.
I love the finale.
Oh yeah.
She just went, wait a minute, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to play it this way. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was like, what was it? Hulk showed up and like,
yeah. Oh no, we're not doing this.
Daredevil, everybody else, nah, we're not doing the big.
That's what everybody's expecting. Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, I thought that was great.
But honestly, Jennifer Walters, the way that they've played it, one of the biggest complaints they say is the CGI. You know, it doesn't quite look real. And I'm like, it's the first time they've tried to do something like this. Yeah. It looks good enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely not bad.
Because
bad at all.
I'm going to tell you what, while you're bitching about She-Hulk, did you guys go watch Werewolf by Night? Because I'm going to tell you what, Werewolf by Night is another Marvel property. It's part of the Midnight Suns. And one of the coolest things I think so far for Marvel is getting to see Man-Thing on screen. For those that don't know, Man-Thing is essentially Marvel's Swamp Thing. Similar-ish stories. But just a cool-looking creature, because it's this big, green, hulking creature like Swamp Thing was, but instead of a more humanistic face, he's got kind of this Cthulhu tendril action going on.
Yeah.
And
squid face.
Yeah. It looked really good. It looked really good in black and white, and it looked really good in color when they switched. So they give them time. If She-Hulk gets a season 2, I expect her to look a little better. There's been some rough moments, I'm going to say.
Yeah, there's some parts that you can say, you can look at it and go, ooh, CGI, bad. But, Yeah, you got to give them a break. This is all new technology.
Yeah, and think about how many CG characters they had to also render too, because you had the Abomination, you had Bruce in the beginning, you know.
They got their hands full.
Yeah, and for what they did,
and a lot of it too is she's in there, but she isn't, doing the crazy fast, easy to hide shit.
Yeah,
when you're destroying half a town or something, it's easy to hide mistakes. When you're just walking down the hallway with a briefcase, that's hard to fix mistakes. There's nothing to hide it with.
So give him time. Don't be so hard on him. But the biggest complaint is She-Hulk's a woman, and we don't want female-centric things. That's what it seems to be.
Captain Ron got Hulu, and he is into the Orville.
Is he?
Yeah, I got him going into the Orville.
Good. And if you haven't seen the Orville, you need to check it out. It's on Disney Plus. It's on Hulu. And if you have seen it, go stream it again. I want season 4, and the only way they get season 4 is off their streaming numbers now.
I can't be the only one out there watching it multiple times.
But no, I really enjoyed the story that She-Hulk put forth. Yes.
I wasn't a fan of it when it started. When the first couple episodes, I was like, eh. But then once it got away from dragging on Bruce Banner, I was like, well, it's getting better.
Yeah.
And by the end, I'm all for it. I can't wait for the next season.
Do you know? You obviously know the spoilers. You obviously know the reveal at the end of She-Hulk, right? When Hulk shows back up.
Right.
You know who's with him, right?
I do, but maybe I don't.
Scar, his son.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. And I'm not into the comics enough to know that he even had a son.
So I have had a theory that they are... Okay, Marvel cannot make a solo Hulk movie. All right? It's some weird rights deal with, I think it's Universal. I'm not entirely sure. But they have some weird rights deal that prevents them from making a solo movie with Hulk. But they can put Hulk in any other movie they want. That's why Thor Ragnarok, he was such a focal point, and how they've been able to use him. I've thought for a while...
I never knew he even had a son.
That they were moving towards the World War Hulk style story arc for him. Especially after Thor Ragnarok, when he was on Sakaar.
See, I don't follow the comics enough to know what you're talking about.
The original story doesn't matter. I've just been watching them maneuver chess pieces that I know the characters were involved. All right? The Thunderbolts are getting their own TV show. Okay?
Okay.
The Thunderbolts, it's been a while, so forgive me if I get it wrong. But for the most part, we're essentially kind of like a Suicide Squad style team. They were anti-heroes, mostly villain types.
On the Hulk.
With Thunderbolt Ross.
Okay.
The main antagonist for Hulk.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Thunderbolt Ross actually ends up becoming Red Hulk eventually.
Now, Red Hulk, I know.
Okay. They recast Thunderbolt Ross in the MCU recently. The guy that was playing him passed away. They've recast him with Harrison Ford.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
So we could get a Red Hulk Harrison Ford. It'd be all CGI, so...
Yeah.
But,
you start getting multiples, you're really going to have a mess of CGI.
Well, here's the thing. You have Hulk. You have She-Hulk. You have the Abomination.
Now they're going to add Scar.
Well, you have the possibility of Red Hulk. There are strong rumors that Tim Blake Nelson, who played the leader in one of the other Hulk movies, he was the guy at the end of the movie that it was dripping into his head.
Oh, yeah.
And his head was kind of pulsating. That is he later becomes the leader, and who is imbued with Hulk-like intelligence, like super smart.
Instead of a super body, you got a super brain.
Mm-hmm. And now you have Scar. You have all the pieces in play to do World War Hulk. Eventually. You have to get the story there, but you have all of the pieces in play that you need.
Now, my biggest question is, who's Scar's mom?
Someone from Sakaar.
Oh, okay.
Hulk never changed back to Bruce the entire time he was on
Sakaar.
Yeah, for Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
So I think he said it was like a 3 or 5 year period where he was just the Hulk.
And that's where that came from?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
If you remember too, at the beginning of She-Hulk, that Sicarian scout ship.
Right. I don't remember it, but I'll take your word for it.
Well, anyways, so they have Scar, and now Scar, for those that don't know, has been an antagonist for Hulk, and is an antagonist for World War Hulk. He's angry at Hulk for whatever reason, probably abandoning him,
being green.
Yeah. But the weird thing is Scar differentiates that Hulk and Bruce are two different people. He's not mad at Bruce.
Just Hulk.
Yeah. And so in the comics, Bruce uses that to his advantage and actually starts talking some sense into Scar and basically gets him to open up and talk and eventually end up loving the Hulk like a father. But anyways, that's the comic. I have no idea what they're going to fucking do for the MCU because they are doing a very good job of mixing comic book story arcs and their own new stuff and adding it together. So,
yeah, I would hope they get another season 4.
And can we talk to Charlie Cox, Daredevil, showing up?
I liked his portrayal.
Yeah. So Charlie Cox played Daredevil in the Netflix series that they did years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They did a run of them. They did Luke Cage, they did Daredevil, they did Jessica Jones, and they did Iron Fist. Luke Cage and Daredevil, I think, did the best, but at least I liked Luke Cage. Right. Daredevil was really well, and he did a good job. But yeah, I
remember it coming out, but I never watched it.
Daredevil is getting its own season.
Cool. A lot of people like Daredevil.
I think they said 18 episodes.
That'd be awesome. I'll watch it.
Daredevil Reborn. So we'll get this, like Charlie Cox back as Daredevil, and also Vincent D'Onofrio back as Wilson Fisk.
Cool. Grandma's Boy is on Hulu.
Is it?
Yeah.
Also, this is one that Ace didn't watch, and I just want to get it out of the way because we'll talk about the other stuff when we come back from break.
That won't stop me. I can still act like I saw it. Oh yeah, it was great.
Halloween Ends.
Oh yeah, I love that show. That was a good one. Okay, it sucked. Never mind.
I just know you haven't seen it because I loved it, which should not have been your first response.
Oh, okay.
I know you've seen the Halloween movies.
I've seen them all, I think, except this one.
Yeah, and I know you...
I'll see it eventually.
Yeah. I don't know how to feel about Halloween Ends. Let's put it that way.
There's been so many stinkers before, and I don't know how it can be any worse.
It's... Okay, so this latest Halloween trilogy that they've released, Halloween Ends, Halloween Kills, and then the one that came before it, the run of 3 that they did...
No, I'm thinking I haven't seen those.
No, I'm pretty sure you have.
Okay.
Anyways, so...
This newest one still got Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, this newest run of 3 have had her in it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I haven't
but
seen
she's
that
older.
one.
She's older, Jamie.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah, I know I have.
Anyway, so Halloween Ends. I felt that this trilogy was only supposed to be 2 movies from pretty much the second movie. Something didn't sit right with me. Like I felt like someone came up with a good idea on how to cap off the Halloween saga. And a studio exec got involved and said, "Let's make it a trilogy. We can get more money out of it."
If we're gonna end it, let's milk it for all she's worth.
And I'm just like, that's the only thing that I can understand. You saw Halloween Kills. That's the one where the one right before this one where the townspeople circle around Michael in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I do remember that, don't I?
That was the one right before this one. I felt that should have been the end of Michael Myers right there. That should have been the pinnacle moment when the boogeyman was killed, because He had instilled fear and terror in Haddonfield for so many years.
I finally stood up to him.
Right. And even though it's weird, there's a psychology that's there. And the town would have been affected by Michael Myers, even if they weren't necessarily scared of him. Like, it's just this aura, a bad vibe that sits in the town. You've been in small towns, you know. You know, if someone takes a shit, it gets pretty bad sometimes.
Yeah, everybody knows what everybody else is doing.
Yeah, so, like, the community would have been able to fight back against the boogeyman finally and one-up it and over, done. Cool, whatever. Halloween ends. They sort of did that again. Like, they did it, but they sort of did it again. It was different. But it felt like it was trying to be two movies at the same time. It felt like it was trying to be this weird passing of the torch movie, but
not passing the torch, but we're passing the torch.
Yeah.
In case we want to make another one.
I warn you now, Michael Myers is only in it for about 10 minutes.
This last one.
Yeah.
Because they killed him?
Yeah.
Good. I'm tired of him.
Because, like, over the course of the whole movie, yeah.
I can be a ghost.
He's only in it a total of 10 minutes.
The Michael Myers poltergeist. For the whole
Don't
town.
give him any ideas. Fuck you.
Oh, they don't have
They
it.
sent Jason to space.
That was a good movie.
Says who?
That was my favorite. Out of all the Jason movies, everybody bitches about Ted. I thought it was great.
I am sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am sorry. I was trying to bring you a high caliber show, and I bring you someone who enjoys Jason X.
I loved it.
Actually, you know what?
Still better than Jason Goes Manhattan.
I did have a favorite scene from Jason X. It's when it's the hologram and he doesn't quite understand
why
why.
he won't die.
Yeah.
Just bashing him against the tree. Yeah, that's funny.
Listen, they totally jumped the shark for me in the first place by even taking that motherfucker into space. Why would you take a notorious fucking psycho murderer into a confined area where you cannot get away? There's no running.
We're pretty sure he's dead. Oh, he's got a history of coming back to life for no apparent reason.
And then you happen to be fucking around with nanites and
yeah. We accidentally spilled nanites on him and dropped him on a medical bed.
Well,
and then the fun begins. No, that was a great movie.
You know what? I
like the robot chick.
I tell you what, I can't begrudge you because I have my own guilty pleasure.
I don't consider it a horror movie.
Mine, I do truly enjoy the Super Mario Brothers movie with John Leguizamo in it.
We've been through this.
Yeah, is it Super Mario Brothers? No.
I didn't think I had seen it, and then I went and watched it again because we went through this before.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I seen it before, and I seen it again, and yeah, it still sucks. It still sucks.
It is not Super Mario Brothers. I will give you that, but it is something, and
it sure is.
Yeah. Well, I like the movie Tank Girl. I like Howard the Duck.
Slacks. I like Tank Girl and Howard the Duck.
Yeah. And Slacks wasn't bad except for it tried to kill you.
I've never seen the end of it, and I don't plan on it.
The Killer Pants movie tried to kill you.
I'm telling you.
It's because they were going out pants.
Yeah, I was scrolling through movies, and I saw it on there, and I was like, there's that movie.
Did anything in you twitch?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not watching that.
But anyways, when we come back, we're going to talk about the Heallraiser movie, because that's one you and I both saw. And we also have news about a GPS that killed somebody. Road rage incident between two dads. And
your exit is on the right. Turn now.
Why you get a date off Tinder and she pulls out duct tape, you should run.
Yeah, if they show up with handcuffs, rethink it.
Well, yeah, okay. It really just depends on what you are into. I will give you that. You know, 'cause
Yeah, if they show up with a 55 drum full of industrial grade lube, you might be in business.
Medical grade lube.
There we go.
You got to say it right.
I can't remember